In the sky, above the land, lived a little cloud so grand, named Nimbus, soft and pearly white. He floated through the morning light. He had 2 eyes of deepest blue, and tiny, gentle feet of dew. His job, the same as every cloud, was to rain softly for the crowd. But Nimbus had a secret dread, a fear of letting droplets shed. He'd watch his friends, Cumulus bold, who rained down stories, strong and old, and Stratus, who rained gentle mist, but Nimbus firmly would resist. He'd squeeze his sides, he'd fluff his top, determined not a single drop. Old Mama Sky, whose voice was deep, watched Nimbus float while others sleep. Oh, Nimbus, dear, the earth is dry. Below you, all the gardens sigh. The rainbow patch is fading fast, the colors cannot last. They need a soft and gentle shower, to keep their magic hour by hour. The rainbow patch was quite unique, it grew the colors for the week. From happy red and sunny yellow, to blue that made the breeze so mellow. Without the rain, they'd turn to gray, and steal the colors from the day. Nimbus looked down with worried frown, at the parched gardens of the town. I can't, he whispered low, what if my rain hurts things below? What if I thunder, strong and loud? I'm just a silly little cloud. Mama Sky smiled, my gentle friend, your honest rain is what will mend. It's not about the size or sound, it's the kind heart that hits the ground. Go, seek the source of all your fear, and bring the colors back from here. Nimbus drifted, slow and low, where only dusty winds would blow. He reached the whispering windmill tall, which used to turn and help them all. But now its blades stood still and high, beneath the empty, silent sky. A tiny mouse named Whisk, quite neat, sat counting dust upon his feet. Oh, cloud, squeaked Whisk with dry, small cough, we need the rain. We're running off. The mill won't turn, the seeds won't grow, we're out of wind, as you must know. But I can't rain, cried Nimbus bright, my drops are scary, strong, and tight. I'm just a cloud of silly fears, I only make things worse with tears. Whisk paused his count, then raised a paw, you need some wind to know the law. A gentle push is what you need, to plant your helpful, tiny seed. Whisk scurried off and brought a feather, as light as any summer weather. Blow gently, cloud, don't let it fly, just move it slowly, passing by. Nimbus tried hard, he puffed his cheeks, and gave a tiny, careful squeak. A little puff, so soft and fine, just moved the feather one slow line. You see, cried Whisk, that gentle blow, is how your happy rain can go. Now follow me, down low and fast, to where the missing colors cast their shadows. They traveled on to where the ground was cracked, with not a flower found. It was the dry canyon of despair, where silence hung upon the air. And in that canyon, bare and deep, a tiny, colorful thing did sleep. It was a small rainbow spirit, bound, lying helpless on the dry ground. It was the color violet pure, the gentlest hue, the softest cure. It whispered low, a fading sound, the biggest colors pushed me down. They said my hue was far too slight, to guard the garden through the night. Don't worry, spirit, Nimbus said, we'll wake the colors in your stead. Tell us, where did the big ones go? And Violet whispered, to and fro. They wander wild and strong and proud, lost in the shadows of a cloud.
They set off climbing, high and fast, to find the hues that would not last. They saw a cloud, quite red and proud, who shouted fiercely at the crowd. It was the color red, so hot, he dried the valley on the spot. Red roared a sound that shook the trees, I am the strongest in the breeze. I hate the water, and slow, I only want the sun to glow. Nimbus, remembering the wind he found, used a gentle push of sound. He whispered softly, Red, my friend, a little water is the end of heat that makes the sun too strong. A cooling shower is what you long for. Red listened close, then cooled his rage, and turned a gentle, quiet page. They found the next, the color blue, who sat and sighed and looked quite blue. Blue was so sad, she drooped and wept, and all the light away she kept. My tears are heavy, cold, and slow, I make the world too grey below. Nimbus said, Blue, your tears are deep, but Violet needs a place to sleep. Your water is a gentle stream, a quiet comfort, like a dream. Blue felt the truth within his words, and sang a song of sleeping birds. The last they found, the bold Yellow, who laughed and joked, a joyful fellow. Yellow was too bright and fast, his light was burning, built to last. He wouldn't stop, he wouldn't slow, his happy speed was all he'd know. Nimbus, who knew a jumping friend, said, Yellow, happiness can mend. But even sunshine needs to rest, and share its joy upon its quest. He showed him Whisk, who counted slow, and Yellow slowed his happy glow. With all three colors, strong and true, Nimbus knew what he had to do. He led them back to Violet shy, beneath the empty, waiting sky. He stood above the rainbow patch, ready for his final catch. The colors merged, but something stopped. No perfect harmony had dropped. The hues were strong, the mix was grand, but something was still missing in the land. The violet is too slight and small, cried Red, who stood above them all. Your sound is weak, cried Yellow fast. The perfect colors cannot last. Nimbus felt fear begin to rise, and heavy droplets filled his eyes. He didn't want to crash or boom, but chase away the lingering gloom. He closed his eyes and thought of Whisk, and of the gentle, needed risk. He let the fear become a sigh, and let his own soft droplets fly. They weren't a storm, they weren't a flood, but simple drops of cleansing mud. His gentle, soft, and honest shower rained down upon the violet flower. The violet sighed a happy sound, and rose majestic from the ground. It took the gentle, truthful shower, and added magic to the power. Violet became the keystone pure, the gentle shade, the quiet cure. The colors mixed in perfect blend, the journey finally at its end. A beautiful arc, a shining line, a rainbow, brilliant and divine. It stretched across the chime hollow, bringing color to the morrow. Nimbus cheered, the fear was gone, he'd brought the colors back to dawn. He saw that every cloud and tear could bring good things and banish fear. He wasn't perfect, deep, or strong, but his true self was where he belonged. He was the cloud of gentle rain, who brought the colors back again. So remember, friends, when fear is near, your honest self can banish fear. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.